Hello, good evening everybody. My name is Vishwadeep and I welcome you all on Unacademy Computer Science channel for unlimited learning. In this particular lecture, we are going to start the very first data structure of our discussion, which is array. So what we are going to discuss, basics of array, how the array is stored, how the array is accessed, and multiple other things about array and small details and some questions at the end, of course, so that you can learn exactly how the array is going to be accessed. Let's see what I am going to bring for that particular topic. Before that, let me introduce myself. My name is Vishwadeep. I am the channel leader of this particular channel and I have written the GATE exam multiple times. The rank I am having in computer science GATE are 1919, 440, 682, and there are few more ranks I have scored in computer science. Look at this. I went for my masters to ISC Bangalore, another masters with Pilani, a rich experience in teaching. These are the courses which I am teaching. Apart from that, I'll be teaching you OS and C programming language also on this particular channel. So if you guys are learning, then we have lots of opportunity for you to learn, and one of the opportunity is on Unacademy's platform. If you guys don't know about this, then on Unacademy's platform we guys provide you lots of things for your learning. What are those lots of things? We will provide you free classes, we will provide you quizzes, free tests, and multiple other things. So if you don't know about that, just now remember, India's largest online learning platform is Unacademy, and what you need to do for learning from there is go to unacademy.com or download Unacademy Learner app, search my profile, follow it so that you get the notification of all my classes, and you need to go in my profile special classes. These special classes are absolutely free. If you are the first time learner and you are listening this particular lecture, then you want to go, if you want to go for all the special classes which are absolutely free, you can use this code VDEEP10 and you can learn absolutely free. You can unlock all the free content of Unacademy using this particular code. The upcoming extra class, the special class, which is the absolute free class, is going to happen tomorrow morning 9 a.m. process management. I am teaching you guys operating system, so we are going to discuss the basics of operating system tomorrow. Don't miss that particular class. If you are seeking for such kind of a platform where you can get the best quality learning, where you can get actual learning in the structured, organized manner, you should come for Unacademy Plus. Unacademy Plus provides you live classes which are very interactive. Of course, you can ask so many doubts over there. Doubt sessions will be separate. Then you will be having weekly test, quizzes, so many DPP questions, daily practice questions I'll be giving you over there. Hindi English classes, rank improvement batches, and crash course, and multiple other things you are going to get over there. If you want to take the subscription of Unacademy Plus, you can take the subscription for 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, 18 months, 24 months. If your target is GATE 22 or 23, you should go for the largest possible subscription so that you can learn with the best top educators of the country and with the less amount of money paid per day or per month. You can get discount of 10% if you use this particular code for your subscription, but this is not the subscription ka discount code, dear. If you use this particular code, you will be able to get my mentorship in your preparation, plus you will be getting my entire teams connected with your preparation. So if you want to connect your preparation with my team, use the code VDEEP10 and enjoy your best quality learning. If you are not the person who is good in making the preparation strategy and planning and so on, then you should go for iconic subscription. This particular iconic subscription is having personal coach facility, then is having study planner. That particular personal coach will give you preparation strategies, performance and performance tracking, and the personal coach will give you study booster sessions, personalized test analysis, preparation material, and multiple other things. If you want to go for iconic subscription, this particular subscription is available in 12 months and 24 months. And again, if you will be using the code VDEEP10, you will be getting 10% discount, of course, plus my mentorship, plus multiple other benefits. This is the batch, new batch started already on 15th of Feb. Apart from that, another batch started on 22nd of Feb. So you guys can enjoy the new batches. You can see top educators are teaching here on Unacademy's platform, and all those top educators will be the part of your batches. You can attend any batch anytime. You can listen any class live, recorded on Unacademy's platform anytime. Chill. So now this is the time when we will be starting the preparation for the day, but I'll need your support, and that particular support is, are you ready for learning or not? Yes, my dear friend, you should be ready. You should be agree to learn. Then only we can start the learning. Okay, let's start the session. So first thing which you should know, what is array? Array is the collection of homogeneous elements. What is the meaning of homogeneous element? Homogeneous is nothing but similar data type element. Similar data type elements. So array is a collection of similar type of elements. You all know that? Yes, you all know that. Now listen here, there are two characteristics every array should have. These two characteristics written over there, yaar. You can read it. You can read it. Look at this one. All elements stored on consecutive memory locations. So all the elements should be stored on consecutive memory locations. First thing. Second thing, all the elements can be accessed using a set of indexes. You all know that if you have defined an array, all the elements of array should be stored on the sequential location. But how do you access those elements? Using indexes. Both the things you knew? Yes, great, amazing. आपको काफी कुछ पता है. That's great. Now, how do you define the array in C language? How do you define the array in C language? You all know? Okay, let's see if you know or not. You define the array in C language like this way. Data type, space, the name of the array, and size. Like this you define the array, right? Of course, you need to have the semicolon. Now look at this. Let's take a simple example. Let's take a simple example. I have taken the example like this way. Suppose I am having integer type array, name is A, and its size is 5. What does it mean? I will have an array, its name is A, it can store 5 elements of size whatever, 5 elements but of type integer. All 5 elements to be integer? Yes. That is why homogeneous elements. Okay, let me take you into more detail of this. How exactly this particular array will be stored in the memory? This particular array will be stored in the memory on consecutive locations. Yes. So first of all, first element will be stored. First one, then second one, then third one, then fourth one, then fifth one. Entire array will be stored on consecutive locations in the memory. Let's assume each integer takes 2 bytes in the memory, means each an integer element will be stored on 2 locations in the memory. And if I say the first element stored in the memory starting from address, let's say 200, you all should tell me what this 200 is called as. क्या कहते हैं इसको? इसको बोलते हैं what? This 200 is called as base address of array. Base address of array. Right? Now. If I am saying first element is stored on 2 locations, can you tell me what should be the address of second element? Second element address should be 202. Next element address should be 204. Why? Just because each element is stored on 2 locations. Byte addressable memory I am checking out. I am Just considering, so next element stored from 206, next element stored from 208. Now the thing is, how do I access these elements? How do I access these elements? To access these elements, I will have to have indexes. अभी तो बताया यहाँ पे all elements can be accessed using a set of indexes. So in that particular case, can you tell me that what should be the index of first element? This particular element, how can I access using a set of index? So first index for first element should be 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Why sir 0 only? This the creator of C language decided. The C language का creator जो थे डेनिस रिची, he has decided that we should have array indexes starting from 0 in C language. That's why the first element always indexing 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. If size is n, then indexes will be from 0 to n minus 1. Right? How do you access the element at index 0? Array name and in the square bracket 0. That's how you access the element. Array name, index of that element. Array name in the square bracket, index of that element. Array name, index of this element. Array name, index of this element. Like this way you can access. अब यहाँ से from here we will get some more information. यहाँ से हमें और information पता चलेंगी. वो information क्या है? Look at this. If array का starting index, the starting index of array is 0, that is called as lower bound of array. What it is called as? Lower bound of array. So I am writing here the lower bound of array is what in this example? Lower bound, in short I will be writing it as LB will be equal to 0. Right? And in that particular, in this example, what is the upper bound here? Upper bound is equal to 4 in my example. Got it? Very simple. Yes. I should write here array in the memory. This is memory. Now, this is the C language. Okay, how to define the array in C language, how the array looks like in the C language, how it is stored and multiple other things. But dear friends, dear students, आप बताओ कि हम इस पर्टिकुलर कोर्स का नाम क्या है, हम पढ़ क्या रहे हैं, व्हाट वी आर स्टडीइंग हियर? सी लैंग्वेज? नो डियर, ना 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 बाबू ना, वी आर स्टडीइंग हियर डेटा स्ट्रक्चर. सो कैन वी डिफाइन द एरे इन डेटा स्ट्रक्चर इन डिफरेंट वे? यस वी कैन. अरे ये तो ओबामा भाई साहब का बड़ा अच्छा सा कोट याद आ गया. यस वी कैन. So how exactly we define the array in data structure? See, C language and few programming languages have decided that they should have the array starting index from 0. Lower bound should be 0. That is fine, defined. But it is not true that every programming language should have starting index 0. Yes, some programming language can have starting index 1. Yes, are there. There were there. Fortran and all some other programming languages were there. Those were taking index, starting index from 0. No, starting index from 1. So we can have such kind of what? We can have such kind of programming language. Right? So we are not studying programming language, we are going towards generalization. So in generalization, in data structure, we may have such kind of array in which starting index can be anything. Yes, it can be anything. How do you define the array in data structure? We will define the array in data structure like this. Name, array name, in the square bracket, lower bound, colon, upper bound. But here there should be one condition. Condition is lower bound value always be lesser than or equal to upper bound. So first index you can take at 0. Yes, 1. Yes, 2. Yes, 3, 4, 5, 10, minus 6. Yes, everywhere. But the last index, the upper bound should be always greater than the lower bound. That's the only condition. Now listen. Let's take a simple example. Let's take an example. Can we have an array like this way? Same array, this one. If I am using this particular same array, lower bound is 0, upper bound 4. Can we define? Yes, of course we can define. Of course we can define. We can have another array which is having starting index 2 and last index 7. Possible? Yes, possible. We can have another array C which is having -6 as the starting index and 8 as the last index. Yes, possible. Of course possible. Let's talk about this particular array. How do we store this particular array in the memory? Let me talk. चलिए बात करते हैं कैसे स्टोर करेंगे इसको. So this is the memory I have drawn here, and in the memory I want to store array B. So first element at index 0, no index 0. First element at index 2, right? Then next element index 3, next element at index 4, next element index 5, next element index 6, next element last element index 7. Right? Right. Now this particular array is stored in the memory like that way. First element stored on index 2. That's the only case. It's having index 2. Then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and plus 1, plus 1, plus 1. You can reach to another elements easily. Can you tell me what is the size of array here? How many elements are there in this array? क्या आप बता सकते हैं आपके हर एक इस एरे में कितना साइज है? What is the size? The first array A is having size of course 5. इतना तो आपको पता चल गया था. Size is what? Of this array 5. This array is having size 6. This array is having size what? -6, -5, -4, -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These many elements are there. How many? To get the number of elements or the size of array, what I can do here is I can apply a simple formula. Upper bound minus, आप में से बहुत सारे लोग अभी लिख ही देंगे फॉर्मूला, लोअर बाउंड प्लस 1. First one, 4 minus 0, 4 plus 1, 5, 7 minus 2, 5 plus 1, 6, 8 minus -6 plus 1. How much it is? Can you tell me? 15. So elements, number of elements in the array C should be 15. That's how you can get the size of each and every array. So is it necessary that each array I'll have to define like this also? This only in the data structure? You can define like that way, or you can define in fact like this way also in data structure. If size is given, you know that the by default starting index is what? Starting index is what? Right? 0 usually. And then if size is not given, they will give you upper bound, lower bound. So based on that, you can easily calculate what is the size of array. Upper bound, lower bound are there. Clear? I guess it is clear to everybody. I hope it is clear to everybody. सब कुछ clear है. आगे बढ़ें. ठीक है, आगे बढ़ें. कुछ और छोटी छोटी चीजें हैं जो मुझे आपको यहाँ पे बताना होंगी. Some few more things are there which we will have to discuss here. Look at this. अरे रुको तो सही रे बाबा. अरे रुका रे बाबा, रुका. थोड़ा तो रुकना रे. चलिए. Look at this. What am I saying? If you are defining an array like this way, lower bound, colon, upper bound. You can define the same array like this also. Array, lower bound, dash, 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 upper bound. ये डैश डैश लगाने से मुझे बचपन का वो अमीबा याद आ गया. ऐसे टुक 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 करते थे ना तुम लोग, है ना? याद है? चलो. So array you can define like this in data structure, like this in data structure. Now here usually we know that each integer can be stored in 2 bytes in the C language, basic C language, some of the most of the compilers, right? Each float is stored into 4 bytes. Each character is stored in the single byte. Here what is the size of each element which will be taken by each and every element in the memory? We don't know. That will be given in the question if required for solving the question. अगर ज़रूरत लगेगी, they will provide in the question that what is the size of each element in the memory, how many locations each element is occupying. Got it? Understood that? Now there is a really big question arrives here, and this particular question is this: how do you get the location of an element? If you are going to listen this particular section, I am telling you, you will never get any wrong answer of any type of array. I am telling you, any type of array, 1D, 2D, 3D, in 2D also sparse matrix or multiple other type of matrix you will be getting, lower triangular, upper triangular, this triangular, that triangular, that type of the matrix or this type of matrix, every kind of array you will always get correct answer, you will always get a correct formula if you understand this concept which I am going to explain now. So listen carefully and understand exactly that what I am going to tell you here. ओके एक ऐसा कंसेप्ट आपको मिलने वाला है जिससे एरे के एलिमेंट का लोकेशन फाइंड करना द बेस्ट पॉसिबल मैनर में आपको इजीएस्ट पॉसिबल मैनर में मिल जाएगा. कैसे मिलेगा? आई एम टेलिंग यू वेट तो करो, थोड़ा तो रुको रे बाबा. ए बांगड़ू, थोड़ा तो रुकने का रे, ऐसे जल्दी जल्दी नहीं करने का, जल्दी में गड़बड़ हो जाता है रे बाबा. लुक एट दिस. सबसे इजी एग्जांपल, we will go with the easiest example. Let's say we have an array A which is having indexing starting from 0 and up to 4. Fine. So 5 elements are there: 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Fine. These are the indexes. Let's see, let's assume all the examples which we are going to take, each element is taking two size in the memory. Okay, so I am assume each element occupies 2 locations in the memory. Fine. चल आगे बढ़ते हैं. Let's say if starting index is 200, fine, then first element is having address 200, next element will have starting index 202, next element will have starting index 204, 206, 208. Let's see, let's assume I am asking you to get the address of an element at index 3. Which one? Index 3. If I am asking you what is the address of this index 3, you need to first find out ki how many number of elements in the array, how many number of elements in the array are present before this element index 3. कितने एलिमेंट इस एरे में प्रेजेंट हैं इस इंडेक्स 3 वाले एलिमेंट के पहले. How many elements are present before this element with index 3? Answer is 3. Okay, that is visible for me. It is right now visible. How many elements? 3. Right? This value which I told, how many number of elements are present before this element at index 3, that I will call a very specific term. That is not any standard term, that's my own term to understand. That is called as relative index. What it is called as? Relative index. So what we will be doing is, first we will find relative index. First we will find relative index. And what is relative index? Relative index is number of elements before this element. Number of elements in the array before the element, whichever element for which we are calculating the relative index. चल तो सिंपल सा कैलकुलेशन कर लेते हैं. लेट्स डू दिस सिंपल कैलकुलेशन. हाउ मेनी एलिमेंट्स बिफोर दिस फर्स्ट इंडेक्स एलिमेंट? नो, सो इट इज हैविंग रिलेटिव इंडेक्स 0. नेक्स्ट वन फॉर दिस वन, how many elements are there in the array before this one? 1. How many elements are there before this one? 2. How many elements there before this one? 3. How many elements there before this one? 4. In the red color I have written the relative index, and which is nothing but exact index also. Same to same index, mapping, matching same to same. Index is relative index. है ना? Index, original index 0. Look at this, original index 0. Its relative index also 0. Original index 1. Relative index also 1. Original index 2, relative index also 2, and same. What exactly I'll do with this relative index? If I know that before this third index element 3 elements are there, I can check out that these 3 elements are occupying how much space in the memory. 3 elements, each element taking 2 steps or 2 locations. How many? 2 locations given in the question, given in the concept. Yes, so 3 elements each occupying 2 locations. Total 6 locations are gone. Total 6 locations are gone. That is my actual displacement, that after 6 locations from base address the element with index 3 is present. कितनी दूर है? How much distant, how much distance is this 3 is stored from base address, base plus 6. And how did I get that 6? By multiplying, by understanding that how much total space is required by all these 3 elements which I have stored before this 3. So what I will write the formula. I will write the formula like this way. Look at this. I will write the formula like this way, that the location of A of I, index I, is equal to, first of all, relative index of element with index I into W. What is W? Each element takes how much size. So here in this particular case, given that W is equal to 2, each element occupies 2 space or 2 locations in the memory. That's why W into W plus starting from base. Let's take a simple example. Location of A of 3. You told A of 3 का relative index क्या है? 3. The relative index of A of 3 is 3. 3 elements are there before 3 into W, which is 2, plus base address 200. 206. Yes, it is correct. Perfectly correct. Perfectly correct. Fine. I'll have to take one more page here. One more page here. We will have to take some other example. We are calculating location, right? Location of element in the array. Let's take some other example. अभी फॉर्मूला पूरा बना नहीं है बॉस. फॉर्मूला पूरा बना नहीं है अभी just examples ही चल रहे हैं. We are just trying to get the formula. Okay, let me take another example now. Let's take another array B, which is having elements 5 only, but indexes are starting from 1 to 5. In this case what happens? अब क्या होगा? अरे कोई कयामत थोड़े आ गई है. रुको तो सही. फॉर्मूला भी लिख दोगे तुम लोग? अरे सर ये फॉर्मूला आएगा. अरे फॉर्मूला रटने से काम नहीं चलेगा. I will never ask you to remember anything until I explain why it is. First element having index 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But what is the relative index of this? Relative index is 0. How many elements are there before this? 0. This is actual index. This is relative index. 2. Index is 2, but relative index is 1. Relative index Two elements are there before this. How many elements there before this? 3. How many elements are there before this? 4. Right? Understood? Now. Okay, let me take few examples. After that we will see. Let me take few examples. After that only we will see all the things. How to get the formula. सारी चीजें देखेंगे एक एक करके, formula and all सब कुछ. First let me see exactly that how the formula comes. Before that I'll have to explain you few concepts. Now let's say I am having another array C which is having starting index from 2 up to 6. 5 elements are there. Yes, indexing will start from now 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But the first element will have relative index 0 only. Second element will have relative index 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. What is relative index? Relative index is nothing but how many elements are there in the array before this element. सबसे पहले element के पहले, before the very first element, there is no any element. So its relative index is 0. I hope you guys are understanding. समझ रहे हो? नहीं समझ रहे हो? सो गए सब. बोलो अपने आप से, बोलो यार समझ रहे हो कि नहीं? हाँ ना. This is what exactly the interactive study is. So these are the relative indexes. यहाँ भी है, वो ज़्यादा दूर चले गए. Look at this. These are the relative indexes. Now listen. Very simple. Look at this, compare this. First element having index 0, relative index 0. Index 1, relative index 1. Index 2, relative index 2. Index 3, relative index 3. Index 4, relative index 5. But here index 1, relative index still 0. If I say now you will have to calculate location of element on index 3 in both the example. For this one, relative index is 2. For this one, for 3, relative index is 1. How do you get that? अब कैसे मिलेगा? क्या हम इंडेक्स से रिलेटिव इंडेक्स ला सकते हैं? कैन वी गेट द रिलेटिव इंडेक्स फ्रॉम इंडेक्स 1 से 0, 2 से 1, from 1 to 0, 2 to 1, 3 to 2, 4 to 3, 5 to 4 in this array? Yes, we can do by subtracting 1 from index. If I'll subtract 1, yes, but here subtracting 1 will not work. Why? Just because here I'll have to subtract 2. If you will be having another array which is having lower bound starting index 3, then in that case I'll have to subtract 3. So it's ultimately very simple case that relative index is nothing but the index, original index minus lower bound. करके देख लो, समझ में आ जाएगा. Here from this subtract 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, just because the relative index, no, just because the lower bound, the first index of the array is 1. Here the lower bound is what? 2. That's why minus 2. In each value you just subtract 2, you will be getting these relative indexes, right? So the formula of getting relative index is what? In this case, the formula to get the relative index is very simple. Whatever the index I have. Okay, let me take it very small eraser here. If I want to write the formula, a of I ka location, I minus lower bound will give me what? I minus lower bound will give me the relative index into W plus base. Now this particular formula will work for each type of array, चाहे ये हो या ये हो. Fine, understood. Now we are going to have so many things. अभी खत्म नहीं हुआ, ये फॉर्मूला ही लिखना सब कुछ नहीं था. As I always tell you that if you prepare data structure, you need to prepare data structure in such a way that you can get the result out of this for your placements also. There is a very common question in the placement that why scientists have chosen the array index starting from 0 in C language instead of 1 or some other value, instead of keeping it with some other value. For this calculation, dear, ये कैलकुलेशन कम करने के लिए, look at this. If you are writing a of 6, a of 3, a of 2, a of something, right? If you are writing something, let's say a of 3 in this array which is having starting index 1, in this array which is having starting index 2, in these arrays I will have to perform this subtraction to get the relative index. यहां नहीं करना पड़ेगा. Why? See, if lower bound is 0, you don't have to do this subtraction. I minus 0 is I only. You can see index itself is relative index. So in this particular case, when we have array starting index 0, one subtraction will not be performed, and that is where you can improve the efficiency of your CPU execution. जब CPU पे array element access करने के लिए जाते हैं, when we go for array element access on CPU, my CPU will have to perform this subtraction to get to that particular location of element. So if I'll not have to perform one subtraction, of course I am saving time. Are you understanding? Am I saving time here? Yes. Of what? Of a subtraction operation. If I keep what? I keep array indexing at 0. That is what I wanted to tell you. Remember this point, why array index starts from 0 in the C language and other further few languages. Why? Just because for accessing the array element, CPU will perform one operation less. Of course it's an improvement, छोटा improvement है, but है तो सही. Got it? Got my point? So remember this particular formula. This is the formula for the 1D array, but this particular formula comes from where? This formula comes from our master formula, this one. This relative index of element, whichever you are calculating the location. Now, this particular formula will work for every single type of array. Yes, my dear friend, every type of array, this particular formula will work. Base plus W into relative index. Now, this relative index will be calculated how? That will be dependent on your array. If you are having 1D array, you are having relative index calculated by I minus lower bound. If you have something array, different type of array, this relative index will be calculated in some different way. But if you can know what is relative index, it will be very easy for you to calculate relative index for any type of array. किसी भी टाइप के एरे के लिए आपको रिलेटिव इंडेक्स कैलकुलेट करना आ जाएगा. चलो आगे बढ़ते हैं और बात करते हैं ट्रैवर्सिंग इन द एरे. हाउ टू ट्रैवर्स एन एरे. ट्रैवर्सिंग का पहले मतलब बताओ. व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ ट्रैवर्सल? मीनिंग ऑफ ट्रैवर्सल इज यू नीड टू विजिट ईच एंड एवरी एलिमेंट. अब वो विजिट करके उनका करना क्या है? यू कैन डू वॉट एवर यू वॉन्ट. You can copy the element somewhere. You can sum it in some other integer element. You can print it somewhere. Whatever processing you want, you can do. But you just traverse, you just visit each and every element. Now, if you are traversing the array element, you will have to write a loop. How to write? Suppose I am writing for I is equal to lower bound to upper bound, and after every iteration you need to do I plus plus so that we can go to the next index. I am writing an algorithm, simple. Now under this for loop, what should I write? I'll have to write this. You process now the array element on index I. That is the traversing in the array. So when I is starting from lower bound, first I is at lower bound, process the first element at the lower bound, the starting index, then plus plus LB plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. When I index reaches to UB upper bound, okay, process. When I becomes greater than upper bound, after that array stops. Very simple. Yes, very simple. If you have if array has n number of elements, What will be the complexity of this algorithm? You will say n. Now I would like to have more appropriate answer, और ज़्यादा अच्छा appropriate answer देना पड़ेगा आपको. और ये appropriate answer क्या है? ये appropriate answer है कि बॉस ये तो बताओ, बॉस ये तो बताओ कि थीटा, कि बीगो, कि ओमेगा. You tell me, is that which particular asymptotic n? And the answer for this question is theta of n. You don't remember my last class, yesterday's class? Now listen, why theta of n? Look at this. This particular loop will run n times. Fine. Can I say this particular loop will run maximum n times, but it can stop even in between also? If you have n equals to 100 elements, can I stop this particular loop before 100 itself? No, sir. If you are not able to stop this before n equals to 100, then you cannot go for big O of n specifically. Big O of n says that you will require n times operation. Might possible, less than n also possible. Might possible you will stop your processing your algorithm before reaching to n number of operations also. यहाँ नहीं होगा ऐसा. क्यों? क्योंकि this loop will run exactly n times. Minimum n times also, yes. Maximum n times also, yes. That is why theta of n. I guess you are understanding now. अब समझ में आया क्लियर कट की थीटा का यूज कहाँ है. सी सच काइंड ऑफ सो मेनी क्वेश्चंस आई एम गोना आस्क यू इन दिस एंटायर सिलेबस, इन एंटायर दिस सीरीज. बहुत बार ये क्वेश्चन पूछे जाएंगे आपसे कि थीटा ऑफ एन की बिग ऑफ एन, थीटा ऑफ लॉग एन या बिग ऑफ लॉग एन, एंड यू विल हैव टू एप्रोप्रिएटली सिलेक्ट दिस पर्टिकुलर आंसर. अदरवाइज फिर आपकी लर्निंग में मजा नहीं आएगा. If you can't remember the previous things, then definitely you will suffer. So keep revising whatever I am saying here in the classroom and keep remembering those things so that you can answer the questions during the class and of course in the GATE exam. बढ़े आगे. चलो. So there are few quizzes I brought for you guys. Let's solve these quizzes. I am giving you enough time, 30 seconds, to solve this particular quiz. Consider an array 6 to 18. Total number of elements in this particular array is. How do you calculate it? How do you calculate it? कैसे calculate करते हो? बताओ. I'm waiting for your answer. I am giving you enough time to calculate it. After that only I will go and get the answer. Fine. How do you calculate it? This is the array given 6, 18. From here, you need to get lower bound and upper bound. What is the lower bound index given? Starting index is 6. Upper bound, lower bound की जगह मैंने upper bound लिख दिया. चलिए, upper bound is 18. How do you get the size of array? Size you calculate by a simple formula. Formula is 18 minus 6 plus 1. How? Upper bound minus lower bound plus 1. Upper bound 18 minus 6, 12 plus 1, 13. Correct answer is 13. Got it? समझ में आया? चलिए, another question, second quiz of the day. Tomorrow onwards you are going to have such kind of quizzes at the end. Yes, daily. Today of course this was the first time for you in my class. Tomorrow onwards you will be having such kind of quizzes daily. Yes. Consider an array A of minus 8 to 12. Each element takes 2 locations in the memory. Total space needed to store the entire array is how much? Take your time, 30 seconds. Get me the answer. After that I will go further to give you the question का answer. Tell me बाबा क्या होगा इसका answer? Okay, so answer. First of all, how many total elements are there in the array? So if array is given minus 8 to 12, of course lower bound is minus 8. Upper bound is 12. Total number of elements, how many total number of elements will be there? Total number of elements, the size of the array is equal to upper bound minus lower bound. Lower bound is minus 8 plus 1. 21 elements. 21 elements. Each element takes 2 locations. So total array size will be 21 element, each takes 2 size, is equal to 42 locations in the memory. 42 locations are needed to store this particular array of a of minus 8 to 12. Getting the answers? Yes or no? If yes, let's go for another example. Now this is the quiz number 3. Of course, you will take a little extra time here, but of course you will be able to solve this question definitely. Consider an array a of minus 6 to 8, which is stored in the array or which is stored in the memory. Okay, memory. Starting from location 1000. Each element takes 4 locations. The location of element A of 3 is how much? Based on the given array, lower bound minus 6, upper bound 8. What is the base address given? Base address given as 1000. Each element takes how much space in the memory? W is equal to 4. Formula, remember? You remember the formula? याद है आपको formula? Location of A of I is equal to base address plus W into what? I minus lower bound. ये रहा formula. Get the values. Base is 1000 plus W क्या है? How many locations? 4 each element plus I. What location of which element I'll have to find? For A of 3 is asked. 3 minus lower bound is minus 6. 3 minus minus 6, which is 3 plus 6, 9. 9 into 4, 36. 1036 is the correct answer. So answer for this question is 1036. Got it? All those members who joined me little late, remember guys, upcoming class tomorrow is based on process management. The first class, basics of process and their management, I will be teaching you tomorrow 9 a.m. on Unacademy special classes. Absolutely free class it is. Just go to unacademy.com or download Unacademy Learner app. Follow my profile, and under my profile in special classes you will be getting that class tomorrow 9 a.m. If you are the first time learner, just use this particular code so that you can unlock the free classes. Yes, and if you are following our batches on YouTube on this particular channel, which is Unacademy Computer Science, then Ankit Goyal sir is teaching you digital logic 5 to 6 p.m. I am taking your data structure 7:30 to 8:30 p.m. Then Ankush Saklecha sir taking DBMS 8:45 to 9:45 p.m. Then Uday batch is started with Hindi language. ये रहेंगी classes आपकी 8 से 9 a.m. के बीच. Aditya sir will take mathematics, discrete math 10 to 11 p.m. by Ramesh sir. And extra subjects, if you are preparing for extra exams like Intelligence Bureau, AAI, or maybe GMAT or IIIT Hyderabad, you should prepare verbal and general aptitude by Meeta ma'am, Aishwarya ma'am. Timings are 6:15 to 7:15 and 10 to 11 a.m. in the morning. If you want the PDF of all these classes, plus if you want to follow our team's schedule and upcoming sessions and everything you want to know about our team, then you need to follow this particular Telegram channel. This is the Unacademy Gate CS channel where we drop our PDF. Apart from that, you are going to have the best quality learning on Unacademy Plus. So if you are planning to go for Unacademy Plus, join it as soon as possible so that you can have the best quality learning with the top class educator of the country. We have lots of educators teaching over there. You'll be getting live classes, interactive classes, so many DPP, crash courses, rank improvement batches, weekly tests, doubt solving, and multiple other benefits. Unacademy Plus subscription you can take using this code, so that you will have to pay this much amount only after 10% discount. and you can get my mentorship, plus you can connect your preparation with my team. Apart from that, if you want to go for our premium subscription Iconic, which has all the facility of Unacademy plus having facility of your preparation being more personalized and customized. So if you want to have preparation which is more personalized and customized, go for Iconic subscription, where you will get facility of a personal coach who will give you study planning, will give you preparation strategy, will give you extra practice sets and notes, will give you study booster sessions for your revision, and will give you personalized test analysis. The expert will help you in tracking your performance. This Iconic subscription, again, if you use the code VDEEP10, you'll be getting in this much amount after 10% discount, and again you can get my mentorship plus other benefits if you use the code VDEEP10. This is the batch started at 15th of Feb, and these are the educators, top educators of country, going to teach in this particular batch. Apart from that, a new batch started from 22nd of February, and which is started with TOC subject. Just now 2 days ago only got started, so you can follow that particular batch also. Again, use this code VDEEP10, याद रखना है आपको, हर जगह यही कोड यूज करना है ताकि आपको मिले बहुत सारे दूसरे बेनिफिट्स भी. If you are feeling like we are providing you lots of free content, lots of quality education and quality content, then you need to make one favor for us, and that particular favor is make us reachable to each and every student who is seeking for quality education. सबको बताओ कि कुछ अच्छा मिल रहा है इस चैनल पे. Unacademy Computer Science is the channel name. Let everybody know. If you have friends in electrical, ECIN, let them know. Creatrix channel is there, which is providing you lots of content. MEPI XE, Unacademy Gate CS, Gate MEPI XE for mechanical students. Civil के लिए ये channel है. So keep sharing these lectures and playlist and this particular channel every time you come for the classes. Please like the session, subscribe this particular channel if you haven't till now, and keep your notification on. Happy learning, that is my favorite quote, just because I want your learning to be happy always. I will try to make your learning happy. Thank you so much for joining here. See you soon in the next class. Don't forget to attend next class, which is Ankush Saklecha sir's class at 8:45 p.m. for DBMS. Thank you so much for joining. See you tomorrow. Till then, have a nice remaining day. Bye bye.